Welcome to my podcast, Rags to Riches, where I'm going to be delving deep into the intricate process of overcoming fear and embracing courage. It's your host, BeAmie, and today's episode is going to be audio only. So for all my YouTubers, don't worry, I've got more episodes coming up. I'm just doing some interviews. So put your headphones on, AirPods, whatever it is that you use, going for a jog, having your breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever you're doing, and I hope that you just sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode. I'm going to be talking about overcoming fear and embracing courage. As we know, fear is a powerful emotion that can immobilize us, hindering our ability to achieve our aspirations. However, by understanding the nature of fear and confronting it head-on, we can cultivate resilience and experience profound personal growth. Fear is a complex phenomenon that manifests in various ways, from the fear of failure and rejection to the fear of the unknown. It's important to explore the psychological and physiological aspects of fear, shedding light on its impact on decision-making and your overall well-being. By understanding the roots of your fears, you can begin to address and overcome them. What does embracing courage and growth look like? Ultimately, conquering fear is about embracing courage and fostering a mindset of growth. It's important to explore what that transformative power of facing your fears look like, to discuss how it can lead to a heightened self-awareness, enhanced emotional resilience, and expanded possibilities for personal and for professional development. When you confront your fears with courage, you develop resilience and inner strength. You're empowered to face future obstacles with confidence and determination. I want to touch on overcoming fear. Yes, it can be very challenging, but it's a powerful endeavor. So let's look at some strategies to help you conquer your fears. So let's have a look at some steps. Identify your fears. That's a really good place to start. Start by identifying the specific fears that you are holding back or that's holding you back. Whether it's a fear of failure, that's a really big one, rejection, or the unknown. Pinpointing the source of your fear is the first step in overcoming it. It's a bit like when you get diagnosed with an illness. Before you can get prescribed with medication, the doctors or the specialists first need to identify what the root of the issue is, so that you don't deal with surface level issues, but you actually deal with the root cause issue. Cultivate self-awareness. Point number 2. Develop a deeper understanding of your thoughts and emotions surrounding your fears. This is a really, really big one, and this is one that I really take a lot of notice to. Having that self-awareness, understanding what your triggers are. Mindfulness practices such as journaling, and just being in the moment, and also facing them, not running away from your thoughts is really important. That can help you become more aware of your fear triggers and the impact it has on your mindset. Challenge negative thoughts. So that's the third one. Challenge negative thoughts. Don't run from them. Don't hide from them. Don't block them out. Don't muse them out. Challenge them. Challenge your thoughts. Take a critical look at the negative thoughts and beliefs that perpetuate your fears. Replace them with more rational and empowering perspectives. Cognitive behavioral techniques can be particularly helpful in challenging and reframing negative thought patterns. So it's really important to challenge negative thoughts. Another thing to look at is gradual exposure. Gradual exposure is gradually expose yourself to the source of your fear in a controlled and manageable way. This gradual exposure can help desensitize you to the fear and build confidence in handling the situation. Okay. Number 5, seek support. Don't be afraid to seek support from friends, family, or a professional counselor. Talking about your fears with others can provide valuable perspective and emotional support. Sometimes you're going through something, you might think you're the only one, and in fact you're not. Someone else could be going through something even worse than you. Or you might be going through something and you might think nobody would understand, nobody would get this, nobody knows what I'm going through, because it seems so big and it seems so major. But it's really important to seek support and not being afraid, again, defeating that fear, and actually dealing with that fear in a very controlled and manageable way. I love this one. Number 6, embrace a growth mindset. Embrace a growth mindset by reframing fear as an opportunity for personal development and learning. Instead of seeing fear as a roadblock, view it as a chance to expand your comfort zone and grow as an individual. It's a stepping stone, it's a ladder. It's something that you step on, and when you overcome it, do you know how much you'll realize the growth, the development, the maturity, the evolvedness? You literally evolve every time you break through or you push through that fear. Number 7, take action. Take a small, actionable step towards facing your fears. Okay? Take a small leap day by day. Each small step, oh my gosh, each small step you take, getting tongue twist, every small step you take can build momentum and confidence, and that's what you want. You want to have consistency. When you have fear of failure, one of the triggers to that is being inconsistent. Because you don't want to do something and stop and not be consistent. You'll fail. You'll feel like a failure. It's a bit like this, starting this podcast, and I'm like, oh gosh, have I even done the right thing? And the fears, if I allow that to penetrate through my mind, this is going to become a roadblock. I'm going to just say, you know what, I'm not doing it because I'm not going to be consistent. I'm going to fail, and I'm going to see that as a massive failure. But no, that's not the route to go down. Take an action. Take a small action. Small actionable steps towards facing your fears. And remember that each small step you take can build momentum and confidence, gradually diminishing the grip of fear over time, and it will start to chip away. The last one is celebrate progress. Celebrate. I was going to sing celebrate, Jesus celebrate. I don't know why that song came to my head, but celebrate progress. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress is so important. No matter how small, recognizing your achievements in confronting your fears can reinforce, I love that, it can reinforce your belief in your ability to overcome all your fears. And when you celebrate your achievements, you celebrate your progress, no matter how small it is, you are reinforcing your belief in your ability to overcome them. You are reinforcing your belief in your ability to do that thing that you was even scared to do. You are reinforcing, it's very empowering. So as I conclude in this episode, remember, overcoming fear is a process that takes time and patience. It doesn't happen overnight. By employing these steps, these actions that we've just gone through, and staying committed to your personal growth, you can gradually diminish the influence of fear and reclaim control over your life. So as I draw this episode to a close, I just want to say thank you if you have stuck it out. I just urge you to reflect on your own fears and contemplate on how you can embark on a journey to overcome your fears. Remember, fear is a natural part of the human experience. You're never going to run away from it. It's always going to creep up in one way or the other. Remember, it has various different facets. There are variants, okay, of fear. It's a natural part of our human experience and this journey that we are in. It doesn't have to dictate your choice and limit your potential. By embracing courage and resilience, you can transcend fear and chart a course towards a more empowered and fulfilling life. And yes, you can. You can overcome your fears. Whatever that fear you are facing, I want you to drop it in the comment if you are listening to this on YouTube. And I want you to face that fear. Okay, replay if you have to replay the steps, the 8 steps that I spoke about, and pick, even if it's 2 actions from that, and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cultivate self-awareness. I'm going to challenge my negative thoughts every time they come. Do I even know them? Let me identify them. Let me start to be so aware of my thoughts and my triggers so that I can start identifying my fears. Let me seek support. Let me actually talk about them. Let me talk about my fears. Let me talk about something that really gets to me, something that chokes me up, something that triggers me, something that brings anxiety to me, something that stops me from taking that step forward, that small actionable step forward. Let me talk about it. And you know what, actually, let me embrace a growth mindset. Let me see my fear not as a roadblock, but as an opportunity. I want you to take one of those steps, and I want you to let me know in the comment section if you are listening to this on YouTube. I'm not sure if on the other platforms if you can comment, but if you can, let me know what step you have decided to do, and let's start dealing with those fears. And yeah, just let me know, let's start overcoming some of those fears. So I just want to thank you for tuning in. I hope you find this episode helpful. Stay tuned for more thought-provoking conversations and invaluable insights that will help you become your best.